What is good, y'all? Today, I forgot I got the engine control unit back for this one. Forgot how that worked. Dang it. I wanted to see if the throttle body and stuff would come on now that I have the immobilizer deleted. But anyway, so today we actually have a 2001 Big Wang Monster. Why would I say Monster Miata? That was gonna come out of my mouth. Why would I say that? Miata. So he is having issues with that sticky door. The room fuse blowing. So I guess the room fuse is located in the fuse box, believe it or not. And oh my god, this is gonna suck to sit in. Okay. So the room fuse is down here, and I guess every time he puts one in, it blows. So I have here everything that these are really small, and I thought this was gonna be convertible, but it's a hard top. Anyway, it's the same sticker on this other Miata. This be a Miata thing. So anyways, he's undone the antenna, because that's one of the things you can see here. So you got antenna, I think he might have done the sound amp, the computer data lines, those are just like random, like fuel, or the engine. Instrument panel is one, door locks, and sound system, interior lights. It powers a lot of crap. It's not an automatic. And engine management. So what I'm gonna do, I printed all the wiring here so I know exactly what is on that fuse. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put my battery in my voltmeter, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check the short to ground. I'm assuming it has a short to ground. And then basically it seems like it could be anything. It could be any of the dome lights. This has one. The instrument cluster, which hopefully I don't have to tear the car too far apart. Door. These things were pretty common back in the day on old Mercedes. It caused the same thing. So I'll undo those. So let me get my voltmeter out. Alright, so I currently have a blown fuse in there, just so I can check the things easily. And then here is my side that should be open. So that's one, and then I just pulled another fuse to show kind of what it should look like. That's pretty high resistance on that side. And I'm pretty sure that's what I should be at here, but I am pretty much short to ground right there. So I have the battery disconnected. And then I'm gonna go through and then find the easiest things for me to unplug that I can find, hopefully, my short on. So, I mean, I guess I could try these things. He said he was just driving. He's driving the car, and then the car died. So, the steering wheel screw is falling out. It's random. So he was driving, then it died. So it can be sound amp. I'm gonna have to go through the list, but I'm gonna just start unplugging things until I find what potentially it could be. So I'm pretty sure I figured it out. I took everything apart. I was almost suspecting that, I was hoping that it wasn't like the engine control unit, so that way I can get it just up and going for him. And the car will be good to go, and he can take it home and blah, blah, blah. So I don't like when cars sit here forever, because I know it's gonna sit here forever. So I pulled this panel off here, the sill. I was checking this wire, because anytime I pretty much had everything off. I thought he had the engine control unit off already. He had a bunch of them all undone except for one top one. I took everything off that room fuse, which is a lot of stuff. Apparently this one little 10 ampere would pop, which is weird, or has a bunch of stuff for like this 10 amp for hella stuff, like security, locks, lights, engine control unit. It's one of the power supplies to the engine control unit, but it says hot all the time coming in, which is weird because it's not true, because it doesn't pop until you turn the key on. So unless something in the ME is shorting, is grounding or something incorrectly when I turn the key on, maybe. So there's that positive. So my only thinking is like maybe a grounding issue, like for the injectors or however it controls one of the circuits, is when you turn the key on, it closes that in the engine control unit and then pops that circuit. I undid it at the fuse box, undid the connector, because there's a 40 amp before the 10. The 40 would never blow, because obviously the 10 is going to blow way sooner, because the 40 amps 40 amp. So I did an instrument cluster, the whole car's tore apart. I did this key reminder thing, which is over here. There's a connector for it. This guy on the motorcycle's coming back with no helmet on. Seems safe. I took the radio out. I took the sill plate over there, thinking it was the wire, because when I had my voltmeter on it, I'll show you, it was always grounded. I assumed that the engine control unit was unplugged all the way. Hey, what are you doing? You really like cars. He likes cars for some reason. He always comes over and checks out everybody's cars that come over here. Maybe he was a car guy before. Were you a car guy before? You passed 9 lives or whatever, 10 lives? And then so I was like, well, let me unplug the ME again, or sorry, the engine control unit, and then the short one, I'll show you a hookup how I had it tested, and I'll show you. So you can hear the voltmeter now. So this is what that plugged in on the engine control unit. It's the very top one if you're looking at it from here. So when I go ahead and disconnect it, which I think another fuse just popped. Let me go on it. So I don't have it clicked in, so let me just unplug it. And then short goes away. And that's just short to ground on the positive. Okay. And another thing was, some fuse just popped right now too, I heard that. I don't think I put any back in. Maybe I did. No, there's no fuses. Oh yeah, I did put a rim one back in. Why did I put a new one back in? Okay, well the rim one popped again. So what else did I want to say? Let me get this thing out of my face. Oh, there was also, so the fuse that keeps blowing is this room one, and then this AB one. I didn't notice because I kept probing this one and I didn't even realize it because I was just, oh, turned off. I just noticed that this fuse is blowing, so I was like, oh yeah, that's room, whatever, it's right next to each other, but it turns out with the key on, this one's blowing too, and it's for the ABS pump. There's an ABS fuse, but there's also an AB fuse, whatever that means. So I went and looked at this wiring, and then it goes to the ABS pump. That one also had a short to ground like this. So I don't know why they both just went at the same time. So yeah, I unplugged the pump, and then that short went away. So that's really weird. I don't know if he needs 2 things, or if one thing is shorting. I'm not really sure why. I have not checked the AB since I don't think unplugging that, so very potentially could be just that, I don't know, they're related somehow. So yeah, I'm just gonna plug everything back in that I unplugged, put the car back together, and then like I said, he can take it if he wants to take it, and yeah, cool. So I'm not sure, since this is like a later model Miata, he's gonna have to get the key programmed or something to the ECU, kind of like an immobilizer delete, I'm assuming, for.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube.
Kind of like an immobilizer delete, maybe for.
Here.
I don't know, for the newer cars. Like, well, I got the immobilizer delete done in my ECU on my other one, but on this one, maybe it's cheaper to go standalone. Like, I don't know if you can go standalone and still pass smog. I'm not sure, because then you wouldn't have to worry about a immobilizer anymore. Yeah, so like I said, I think something in the ECU, like, I don't understand how it says it's hot all the time, so when you put the fuse in, it should pop right away, not when you turn the key on. But it doesn't even have power on both sides until you turn the key on, so it kind of doesn't make any sense. So anyways, it must be something inside the engine control unit. Like I said, switching ground and then shorting and blowing the fuse. I don't know what that wire does. I just know it supplies voltage. I don't think it supplies voltage for like one individual sensor that it just happens to be blowing. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know the insides of this ECU like some people would.
Hey,
So I know there are ECU repair services. I don't know if there are for this. I know there is for Mercedes and other vehicles, so maybe you can send it out. I don't know. I don't know. But that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Alright. Peace out, everybody.